I will be using the film Amélie, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet, in order to discuss the connection and correlation between color and emotion. According to authors Gilbert, Fridlund, and Lucchina, colors can evoke certain emotions in the human brain. The idea of color being used in order to create emotion is used very commonly by the cinematographers and filmmakers of various films across time. This concept is utilized sometimes by using a certain color tone filter on a film in the editing process to establish a certain mood to a film. Jean-Pierre Jeunet uses a yellow tone filter on his film Amélie, as shown here. Here are a few screenshots from Amélie showing the difference between no color filter and the yellow tone filter used in the film. This filter creates a feeling of warmth and puts an extreme emphasis on all of the red and green hues in each scene. The film Amélie uses color to convey emotions that the characters are feeling, but also conveys the emotions that Jean-Pierre Jeunet wants the audience to feel while watching each scene of his film. I'm going to show a few different scenes from the film and discuss the emotional tone of the scene set by the color scheme of the set. The film starts off with a series of shots of Amélie as a child. While most of the colors are dull and completely unsaturated, the raspberries on Amélie's fingertips are a vibrant red that draws in all of the attention and focus in the scene. Gilbert, Fridlund, and Lucchina state that angry, tense, irritated, and anxious share a palette of dark red and orange. Those for romantic and sensual share bright pink and red. Since this scene takes place in Amélie's childhood, the red does not symbolize romance, but instead the tension in her young life. Her mother, before she has an untimely death, is always anxious and stressed out, while her father was very quiet and distant. Amélie is a quiet girl that does not complain and must figuratively swallow her anxieties and the tension to move forward. The red color pop continues into Amélie's young adult life after she leaves her family home and moves into her own apartment and starts waitressing at a cafe. Her bedsheets are red, along with much of her bedroom. This excessive amount of red is an overflow of anxiety and tension that she carries from her childhood and will soon make its transition from one meaning to another. The red and Amélie's surroundings slowly become symbolism of romance after she meets a young man named Nino. There is a strong contrast of red and green throughout the film that is particularly jarring at first. Green is accepted and understood as a color of peace, nature, relaxation, and calmness. The introduction of whole scenes of green coincides with Amélie's newfound passion, helping others. She finds a balance in her life through helping others, and since red and green are contrasting colors, it makes sense that Jeunet would use this contrast in his film. She also finds balance through her new love, Nino. In one of the final scenes of the film, Nino and Amélie stand on each side of the door to her new apartment, with Nino's side being green and Amélie's side being red. The camera goes to a split screen of the two on each side of the door, directly showing the contrast between the two colors. Amélie must agree to let the peace and calmness into her life to gain the ultimate balance and happiness. The ending scene of the film shows Amélie and her lover Nino laying in her bed together on her red sheets, which now symbolize the new romance and passion in her life. Color can do so many things for a film, especially when it comes to making an audience feel a certain mood or emotion. Brunig states that the precise control of color not only has artistic consequences, but also important implications for how films can evoke particular psychological responses from its viewers.